Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do a demonstration on how to log into Oracle SQL Developer. And I just want to say from the outset that the instructions for doing so, the location of those instructions may change. For now, they're located in Canvas, and I'm going to go through the steps here as they currently exist. But just to be apprised that these instructions may change in the future as far as the location. So you want to log into Canvas, go to the home link, and then click on Notes. And as before, we have notes here for uh, various other things, some of which are the login instructions for using other tools like MySQL Workbench, connecting to the CCI server, using the database logins. There's some videos there. Also, how to connect to Microsoft SQL Server. Um, it's actually similar where when you connect to Oracle SQL Developer, it's similar in a few steps and then different in a few others. But essentially, the first 5 steps are the same because we will be using this link for labs.cci.fsu.edu. Similarly, we'll be doing that for Oracle as well too. So the first 5 steps are essentially the same. Now I'm going to be demonstrating this as a Windows user. Mac users, you can follow this link here for getting your RDP file for accessing the remote labs. So as a Windows user, I'm going to click on this link, labs.cci.fsu.edu, and I'm going to open it up in a new window. And then I'm going to click the Enter button. And the first thing you want to make sure is that the domain is correct. So it's FSU, capital FSU, backslash your FSU ID, not mine, but yours. And then your FSU password, what you would log in for say, my FSU. That password, same one for logging into Canvas, use that password. And you'll see all the various tools that the instructors here use for the our iSchool programs. I use a number of these as well too, as I have my students use as well. One of the ones that we used was the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. And the one we're demonstrating today is Oracle SQL Developer. So all you need to do is just click on Oracle SQL Developer icon, and you'll see that an RDP file will download. Mine just downloaded to my lower left corner. Depending upon your operating system and version of that operating system and browser that you're using, it may download somewhere else. But find where that location is, where it downloaded. And what you want to do then, so you don't have to do these steps 1 through 4, so you don't have to do these again, uh, all you'll do is step number 5 is just what I do is I have it on my desktop. And I have two RDP files here. I have one for SQL Server, and the link name is this, and it's SSMS, standing for SQL Server Microsoft. And then the one that we want, that you want to cut from the location wherever it downloaded, and just put it to your desktop for easy access. Cut it and paste it on your desktop. The one, it's called SQL Developer, and this is what we want, the Oracle SQL Developer. So just click on that, and then what you're going to do is click the Connect button, and then again you should see the domain, the proper domain, which is FSU backslash your FSU ID, and again type in your FSU password. Okay, your FSU password that you would normally access, say MyFSU or Canvas. And then you want to make sure you click yes for the certificate, and then you'll establish a connection here shortly, at least to remote labs you will. And then you'll see Oracle SQL Developer, the interface, which will be executing. And then you'll see that interface on what it looks like currently. This interface may change, of course, depending upon the version in which we're using. And now we're going to continue with the steps for making our Oracle SQL Developer connection. We went through all of these steps up to step number 9, and we're at this step right now. Now we're going to establish a connection, And you only really have to do that one time. So step number one here in the subheading 9 Oracle SQL Developer is to click the plus sign in the new connection in the top left corner of the interface. And that is right here. I know I have a higher resolution monitor. I have a MacBook Pro Retina display. It's high resolution. It may be a little bit difficult for you to see, but if you go here with me to the top left corner, you'll see that there is a green plus sign. And I'm demonstrating this knowing that I'm probably going to get an error, and it sometimes does this. I think, I'm not positive, I haven't been able to isolate it, but I think it's because I have other software running in the background, and I'm not sure which software is doing this, or in fact, if it's remote labs. Regardless, I'm going to click this drop down arrow for the green plus sign and click connection. Now, if you get an error for that, for whatever reason, I think it may just be because I have so many things running in the background and my RAM is really being stressed out because I have a lot of applications in the background. There's another way you could do this as well too. You see this word here, it says connections, this icon, this small icon underneath the green plus sign. You could do the same thing here. Just right click on connections and establish new connection like this as well too. Okay? All right, let's go through the steps now. So you're going to create the connection. The connection name is going to be your FSU ID. Your username is going to be your FSU ID, and your password is going to be your FSU ID at this point. So at this point, everything's going to be the same. So what I suggest you do to make life simple is just put your FSU ID there. And so you don't have to type it and possibly make a typo. So you don't have to type it again. Just paste it in for the username and paste it again for the password. All right. Another thing to save yourself some time when establishing a connection is just save this password so you don't have to keep typing that in all the time as well. You can even put a connection color here if you wanted to. So you could have the connection color. As you see, mine is in the top left corner. I already have an MJOT connection. It's in blue right now. Now there's one other thing that you need to do, and that is, again, don't type it in. Just save yourself some time. I already did the heavy lifting for you. Just copy this and paste it in where it says host name. So you cannot connect as localhost. Just paste that in, and that is the host name right there. Now at this point, before clicking connect, that's all you have to do. Leave the port the same, 1521. 1521 is the default port for Oracle. You want to test that connection. So click the test button. I'm not going to do this because I already have my connection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this right now. And then I'm going to right click on mine, and you could do this too after you establish connection. I'm going to right click on my connection that I already have established. I'm going to right click on MJOET, and I'm going to select properties at the bottom. And I should see the same interface, right? So connection name, username, password. Notice that my save password is checked. I established put a color in here, and I have the same host name, same port. SID is the same too. XE, that's your default SID. And then I'm going to click test. So make sure you click test before you click connect. And at this point, you should see here in the lower left corner of this interface here, the lower left corner, I can't highlight it, but it says status space colon space success. Okay, you should see that. And then you could click connect. Now the other way is that you could also, when you already have that connection, you could just right click on it and click connect from there too. Now I can disconnect if I wanted to, like this. And then I could also reconnect. So all I would do is just right click on it and click connect. Okay. One last thing that I want to say. Oracle is a bit of a different beast than MySQL or SQL Server. So do not try to drop a database. You do not have a database that you're associated with. You have a schema, which is synonymous with a user. So your schema has a table space, and inside of your Oracle schema and that table space, that's where you can build your tables. You have access to do anything you want to inside of that particular table space and schema. But do not try to drop a database, because you do not have a database. You'll just have a series of tables for each particular assignment. Okay, guys, hope that helped. Again, if there's any other questions that you have, please consult with these instructions right here. The Mac users will be at the very bottom here. And if, again, you can ask questions via the discussion board. Send me an email, or let's please discuss in class. Okay, have a nice day and see you all in class.